Welcome to Ancient Chronicles, where the forgotten echoes of the past return to life. In today's story, we travel beneath the bustling streets of modern London to uncover a mystery buried for nearly 2,000 years, a human skull that may reveal the brutal truth about life and death in Roman Britain.
In 1988, construction workers digging near London's Walbrook Stream made an astonishing discovery. As the machines carved through layers of earth, a glimmer of white emerged from the soil, the top of a human skull resting alone in the mud. No jaw, no skeleton, just a skull cleanly separated from the body.
Archaeologists from the Museum of London Archaeology soon took over. What they found was not a lone curiosity, but one of 40 human skulls scattered along the banks of the ancient Walbrook River. Many were decapitated. None were buried in graves.
These weren't ordinary burials. Roman law demanded proper funerals, yet here, in the heart of Roman Londinium, heads had been discarded like trophies, tossed into the water centuries ago. Who were they? Criminals, rebels, or perhaps gladiators? To understand this mystery, we must journey back almost 2 millennia, to the time when London was called Londinium, the westernmost outpost of the mighty Roman Empire. By the 2nd century A.D., Londinium was thriving, a center of commerce and military might. Yet beneath the surface, it was also a city of violence and spectacle. Amphitheaters rose from the ground, echoing with the roars of crowds and the clash of blades. Gladiators, slaves, prisoners, and volunteers fought for survival and glory.
The skulls found at Walbrook weren't the only clues. Many bore signs of trauma, clean cuts across the neck vertebrae, fractures from blunt force, and marks suggesting decapitation after death. These weren't simple executions. They were displays, brutal, deliberate, and possibly ceremonial.
According to Dr. Rebecca Redfern, curator at the Museum of London, these skulls could represent victims of public violence, perhaps from gladiatorial games held nearby. But there's another theory, one far darker. Some of these skulls belonged to young men in their 20s, physically strong, showing injuries consistent with close combat. Warriors, not civilians. In 1988, just months after the skull discoveries, another archaeological shock followed. The remains of a massive Roman amphitheater uncovered beneath the Guildhall, only a short distance away from the Walbrook site. Could the skulls belong to those who fought and died in the arena? Archaeological records confirm that Londinium's amphitheater hosted games, not just animal hunts, but gladiatorial combat. Fighters from across the empire were brought here, Gauls, Thracians, Britons, forced to entertain Roman citizens in fights to the death. Roman law forbade gladiators from being buried within the city walls. Many were cast aside, their remains unceremoniously dumped. The Walbrook Stream, running just outside the ancient city limits, could have been the perfect disposal site. Some archaeologists argue the skulls are trophies, symbols of victory taken from defeated enemies. Others believe they were ritual offerings to river gods, honoring the dead through sacrifice. But all agree on one thing: the evidence of violence is undeniable.
Recent forensic reconstructions have brought one of the skulls back to life. A young man, no older than 25, with a strong jawline and healed battle scars. He wasn't a slave. he was a fighter. DNA analysis revealed something even more shocking. His ancestry traced back to the Middle East. Could foreign gladiators have fought and died in the farthest reaches of Rome's empire?
Today, as millions walk above the same ground, the skulls of Walbrook rest in museum vaults, silent witnesses to a story of empire, violence, and survival. But the question remains, were these men gladiators, rebels, or sacrifices to forgotten gods?
In Part 2, we go deeper into the DNA, the battlefield wounds, and the brutal truth of Roman Britain's dark entertainment. So subscribe and click the bell icon for next update.